Hello and welcome to the next team of my LPL 2025 previews. We're going over OMG, otherwise known as Oh My God. Ranked 11th going into the season based on stats from last year. This is definitely the team that's the most has the most potential to be inaccurate as far as that's concerned in position rankings. Due to one, Lin Fang is unranked because he didn't play enough games tier 1 last season. Two, Starry played one split and put up first in the LPL rankings, and we know that he is not the best AD carry in the LPL. And then um, Moham. Moham played half of his season in the LCK and at Worlds, and then the other half in Challengers last summer. So his stat line could not be used really in comparison to the LPL, but one does have to wonder he's better than 12th. So when all these things kind of intermix, they're probably an 11th to 13th place team. The last 3 seasons, OMG have had no championship points, 7th in championship points in 2023, and none in 2022. Top laner is Harry. Harry did pretty well down the stretch last season after leaving Anyone's Legend, going to OMG. He stepped it up in a big way. I thought he was much better. Of course, it was in the lower half of the LPL, and what was it, Nirvana or whatever the hell they called the lower half bracket in summer, but he was good at the time. 2.8 KDA, 55.5 KP, 8 CS per minute. Even share distribution, 1.33 damage divided by gold, so a lot of damage out of Harry. Up 70 gold, 2.69 vision efficiency in summer. 11 champions, 73 games. He ranked 10th last season in the LPL, 23 years old. Kayasante, Udyr, Aatrox, 60% of his games, so 3 out of every 5 were Kayasante, Udyr, or Aatrox. Behind him is Flying. Flying had a 3.1 KDA and a 60.9 KP on Oh My Dream. 7.4 CS per minute, a 1.22 damage divided by gold, and 9 champions in 57 games. Hang is the jungler. He played with Team Wii last year, being replaced by Yan Zhang. Hang had a 2.6 KDA, 71.7 KP, and a 5.6 CS per minute. More of a facilitator, however, when we look at the next two numbers. His share differential, negative 5.6, and one of the lowest ROIs in his role at 0.91. So definitely not a carry-oriented jungler, to say the very least. And that's one thing we're going to think about when we look at this team, that it does lack that carry threat. On average, he was behind 490 gold at 15 minutes in summer. So every game he went even, there was a game he was behind 980 gold. 3.64 vision score per ward placed, 18 champions, 64 games. Ranked 12th amongst LPL junglers, and that's probably because there were only 12 LPL junglers going into this season that were in the LPL last year or the LCK and were tier 1. He very well could be worse than 12th. 23 years old, Xinjiao, Maokai, Poppy, 52% of his games played. Starfire as the backup, and it wouldn't shock me if Starfire pushed for playing time. Statistically, a 3.3 KDA and a 75 KP. 6.4 CS per minute, 1 damage per gold, and 12 champions in 40 games. So 3 out of every 4 kills. Very active with his team. And Hang is not somebody that I see as a player that has a lot of, built up goodwill to keep his spot. Now, Lin Fang is the mid laner. Played a couple games for Angel last season, when Angel, I think, had some off the rift personal stuff he had to take care of. And in LDL, I mean, Lin Fang gave a lot of facilitation of the team. Definitely not a carry-oriented mid. We look at these stats, a 4.5 KDA and a 74.1 KP. So 3 out of every 4 kills for a mid laner is very high. I know we just talked about Nip and how Nenny was below 60%. Like, this is the opposite ends of the spectrum here, right? 3 out of every 4 kills, less than 3 out of every 5. Like, that's a big difference. 8.6 CS per minute, 1.6 damage divided by gold, 11 champions in 40 games. 6 of those games were in the LPL. Wei, Nico, and Karma, 53% of his games. So weird champion pool, to say the very least. Karma, I mean, hell, he may have played more Karma games than everyone else in the... honestly, I'm hard-pressed. I mean, I may be just completely overlooking a patch or something where Karma mid was a thing last season. But I think it's very well possible that Lin Fang played 5 games of Karma and nobody played... I don't think Tier 1 even combined for 5 games last season in mid. Um, just to put in perspective. Charlotte is the backup. Had a 3 KDA, 69.7 KP, 8.4 CS per minute, a 1.42 damage divided by gold, 9 champions, 23 games. Starry in the 80 carry role. So he played in summer replacing Abel and honestly looked excellent. For years, he's been on my list of guys that deserve an opportunity. He's joined the LPL and done well. Playing alongside Moham will be interesting, to put it lightly, but statistically, Starry was the best 80 carry in the LPL last season. I mean, like I said, I take that like a grain of salt because I know only playing in summer helped his stats because he wasn't part of that big Senna meta. And also, we just know he's not, maybe one day, but right now he's not Elk. 3.5 KDA, 71.5 KP, 9.6 CS per minute, a positive 5 share differential, 1.62 damage divided by gold, down 115 gold at 15 minutes, 2.8 vision efficiency, 13 champions in 41 games. Like I said, first in his role, 20 years old. Varus, Kaisa, Ezreal, 46% of his games played. Banye is the backup. 3.5 KDA and a 73.5 KP. So once again, very active. This team fought around each other in challengers. 8.7 CS per minute, 1.53 damage divided by gold, 15 champions, 45 games. Support role, Moham. So Moham with KDF left a lot to be desired, to put it lightly. Over the years being him, Andal, Hoyt, Quantum all battling for that spot. Moham eventually going teamless in spring last season, joining D plus Kia's challenger roster in summer, and then replacing Kellen down the stretch. Was he better than Kellen? No. Kellen is better than Moham. He still got the team to go to Worlds, still got through playoffs and regional finals to earn that opportunity, and did his job alongside aiming. I mean, was Moham part of the reason why they lost? I would say so, but hell, he got that far. So for being able to be on a team and keep that team in contention to get to Worlds over a squad like KT would indicate to me that Moham is probably better than easily 1/3 of the LPL supports, if not half. So that's another thing. He's not 12th, he's probably better than that, like I said in the beginning of the video. So I could see OMG being an 11th place team because of this. I know a lot of people want to rag on Moham, saying he's like one of the worst in the LPL and this and that, or the LCK. But I feel like it was possible. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like one of those things where we're being hyperbolic and exaggerating because we think it's funny. It's weird. So Moham 3.5 KDA, a 71.1 KP, negative 6.1 share differential. There's going to be a lot of share differential on this team. We'll see what the mid lane ends up doing this season. 0.72 damage divided by gold, down 15 gold at 15 minutes, 1.9 vision efficiency, 14 champions in 70 games. Like I said, half of the games being in Challenger. 22 years old, Braum, Leona, Rel, 21% of his games played. So very wide champion distribution by Moham last season. It's one of the lowest with 21% champion percentage. Jan is behind him, a 3.2 KDA, 72 KP, 0.75 ROI, and 15 champions, 57 games. Alicia is the third support, no games played. And then a really puzzling situation is No Name. I don't know how this guy is their coach. He was their coach before. Then he went to Thunder Talk. Then he went back to OMG. And as a coach, he's accredited with a 55, 85, and 7 record on Leaguepedia. When we look at individual splits, individual tournaments, and him being accredited with being one of the members of the main staff. That gives him a 37% win rate in regular season. And then in the playoffs, he's 4-15 with a 21% win rate. So, you know, people can say all they want about the players, but part of me does want to say that I don't think the coach is helping the cause with this team. I think this team is going to could have many issues, and a lot of people are going to just jump to conclusions saying it's the players, but I don't think that their development is really set up to succeed with the way the coach is. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.